Dr. Keshav Baliram Hedgevar, the founder of the RSS, popularly known as Dr. G, was a medical doctor. He was a freedom fighter and a public-spirited leader. He worked closely with the leaders of the revolutionary movement as well as the Congress movement for India's independence. Determined to end the disunity and social evils engulfing Hindu society, he resolved to dedicate his life towards bringing about absolute social harmony. He had a vision of creating a movement committed to securing independence and building a self-confident Bharat capable of engaging with the world on terms of equality. And thus was born the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, or the RSS, on the Vijayadashmi day in 1925 at Nagpur in central India. The stated objective of Param Vaibhav, the ultimate glory of the motherland.
भारत के आधार पर विजन है कैसा बनाएंगे, दुनिया का सबसे श्रेष्ठ देश भी होगा, चरित्रवान होगा, प्रॉस्परस भी होगा और विश्व को इस झगड़े वाले संघर्ष वाले रास्ते से हटाकर समन्वय के, प्रेम के, आपस में मिलकर चलने के, भाईचारे के इस मार्ग पर चला सकेगा।
Through its daily activity called the Shakha, the RSS has created a vast cadre of millions of disciplined young men committed to serving the country and humanity in countless ways, in the true Hindu tradition of Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, the world as one family. Unity, discipline, patriotism, reverence to our ancient culture, service to mankind, and spirit of collective consciousness are the virtues that the Shakha training is designed to impart to the Swayam Sevaks, a term used to describe the volunteers of the RSS. It grew from strength to strength under the leadership of Shri M.S. Golwalkar, Guruji, Shri Balasaheb Deoras, Professor Rajendra Singh, and is currently headed by Shri K.S. Sudarshan.
The RSS wanted to inculcate this spirit of oneness of the country. This country is one, this culture is one, the people are one. So in order to inculcate this idea and an all India perspective, as also a dedication to the country and discipline. These are the basic traits that are needed for the renaissance of the country. So RSS was started with this very purpose, to unite the Hindu society.
The Swayam Sevaks have entered all walks of social life and created a large family of organizations. It is these organizations, euphemistically called the Sangh Parivar by many, that are responsible for bringing Hindutva to the center stage of Indian national life.
आज बहुत बड़ी संख्या में हिंदू समाज की सर्वांगीण उन्नति करने के लिए अनेक विविध प्रकार के यहाँ संगठन बनाए हैं। आज तो कोई क्षेत्र इस प्रकार का नहीं बचा है जहां संघ के स्वयंसेवक और सेवा के कार्यों में राष्ट्र के सर्वांगीण उन्नति के काम में न लगे हों।
कुछ कंट्रोल कहना या उनसे हम चलाते हैं, ये हमारा विंग है, ये सब कल्पनाएं गलत है। परिवार का विचार होगा परिवार, हमारे विचार।
One nation, one people, one culture became the central theme through which blossomed many a statesman. In essence, Hindutva, or cultural nationalism, is the cornerstone of the RSS thought. Hindutva is a defining feature of Indian society. This implies an appreciation of the roots of Indian identity by its people, irrespective of religion. The RSS believes that the core unifying factor of Bharat is its ancient Hindu culture. This cultural oneness overrides socio-religious diversity of this country. Thus, to the RSS mind, every citizen is a Hindu, irrespective of his religion, caste or creed, as he inherits the same culture of this land. The RSS considers this nation as one and rejects the idea of dividing it on religious lines as minority and majority. It believes that the so-called minority, a Jew, a Parsi, a Muslim and a Christian too, is an equal inheritor of our heritage, as is a Sikh, a Jain, a Buddhist and an atheist.
We believe that India is a Hindu nation. And whenever say it is a Hindu nation, we take the word Hindu to have a nationalist connotation. Because Hindu does not mean one particular way of worship. Some believe in God, some do not believe in God also. All of them have got a place in the Hindu society, in this nation, Hindu nation.
The RSS has contributed enormously to the eradication of various social evils that engulf Hindu society, like untouchability, casteism, and dowry. With the message of cultural unity of the entire nation, the RSS cadres have fanned across the length and breadth of the country in their efforts to free Hindu society of these social evils. A landmark event in this direction was the Vishwa Hindu Parishad Conclave in 1969 at Udupi in Karnataka, in which Hindu religious leaders had unanimously declared that there is no place for untouchability and caste discrimination in Hinduism. The words of the third Sarsang Chalak, Shri Bala Sahab Deoras, "If untouchability is not a sin, nothing in the world is a sin. This must be thrown out, lock, stock and barrel, guide the Swam Sevaks as they pursue the goal of social integration through words and deeds."
We feel that caste has no relevance and therefore it must go.
Their efforts have earned them the accolades of Mahatma Gandhi and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and many others. The RSS has created an atmosphere of social concern, which generated a politics of responsibility and accountability where the very people themselves are an ombudsman. This has resulted in a rare show of faith in the democratic process and engineered a tectonic shift in Indian politics when the RSS spearheaded the movement against the draconian emergency in 1975-77 and led to its trashing at the hustings. From an RSS-backed government in 1977 to an RSS volunteer as Prime Minister in 1996, the voter has primed to the waxing influence of the RSS ideology. The RSS is committed to working for global peace based on the belief that all men are created equal and belong to the same family. It believes in the age-old Hindu dictum that all religions are valid paths to the same God and hence deserve respect. It is thus opposed to any form of religious intolerance that rejects the pluralist soul of Hindu culture. The organized campaign of religious conversion and proselytization activity by certain evangelical groups go against the very soul of Bharat and have the potential to create serious social disharmony. As the RSS sees it, the single most lethal threat to world peace today comes from a particularly aggressive stance of Wahhabi Islam that, in its extreme form, leads to terrorism of the type witnessed on 9/11 in the United States, on 7/7 in Britain, the attack on the Indian Parliament in 2001, and countless other incidents. India has been among the worst victims of jihadi terrorism, with civilian casualties exceeding 10,000 in the past decade. Bharat is increasingly becoming home to myriad hues of jihadi forces, posing a serious threat to its integrity and security. The RSS supports and calls for strong state action against these forces. The RSS represents the forces of unity, peace, and self-respect, as opposed to the forces of disruption, violence, and self-delusion. For those inclined to indigenousness, tradition-based, and community-inspired structures, the RSS is the real option, the pole to which the Indian society is naturally gravitating today.